So when you no,
Okay.
objectively, all there is mathematics. That's it. Those are the laws of the universe, mathematics. But
Is what you just said a
subjectively, I'm
mathematical
talking about
statement?
me, your experience.
Okay, is what you just said a mathematical
Well,
statement?
like I said,
That was a yes or
like
no
I said, if you
question. Is
break
what you just
everything
said a
down,
mathematical statement?
it's all math. Yes, it's all math. Yeah, all of
What
it is
you
math.
just
It's
said is a
information.
mathematical statement? No. No. What you just said is not a mathematical
We
statement.
are
And you know it isn't, but you
yes,
have to say
yes.
it is because you said the
You
only
don't.
things that there are mathematical statements. But
Okay,
English grammar isn't math.
okay,
So then you have to
okay.
completely nullify the ability that you have to even say that statement in order for your statement to be true. All I
It's a
said
connection
earlier
issue.
Hello.
was your
Oh,
statement about math is the equivalent of saying nothing is true because that's a self contradictory statement and a ridiculous one. So, anyways, no, not math isn't the only thing
I'm
that
telling you
exists.
everything. I'm telling you subjectively. All experiences are real.
Well, if it's subjective, then maybe it's not
Subjectively.
true
So
because you're saying it's subjective. So,
it doesn't
so in other
matter if
words,
it's
you're
true.
just
It doesn't
telling me
matter
your
if it's true.
opinion.
It's all. It doesn't matter if it's true. It doesn't matter if it's true or not because it's all information. It's kind of like if
What
you're
a
playing a video game.
nonsense statement. You're telling me what reality is, and then you're telling me it doesn't matter if what I think reality is true or not
Well,
because there's information. How do you
because
live with that
because
worldview?
because it's the same. It's kind of like playing a video game, and you're a video game
Oh
character
my
playing a video game. What's the difference between the video game and you? If you're a video game character playing a video game, what's the difference between you two? They're both just information. This is what I'm saying. It's all information, regardless.
One is on a computer, and I'm not. Well, as far as I know, I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. It's all information. I'm not saying we live in somebody's computer, but reality, we exist in an abstract realm of mathematical truths. Those are the laws of the universe. Those laws are what give us form. Even mainstream scientists are talking about a holographic universe. We are a projection of those laws. We are projection, bro. I'm
Sure, but
telling you.
so you're getting at there's a difference between objective and or
He
sorry,
thinks the
objective
universe
and
is a
subjective.
simulation.
When you,
Uh,
I'm not saying this. I said reality behaves sort of like a simulation, but we aren't a simulation. The simulation implies we are on some advanced aliens computer, and I don't believe all that nonsense. You know, because even if we were, then you would still have to explain what the other reality is. It's just pointless to even argue that point.
sure.
Okay. I think you need to clear something up for me because on one hand, you're saying that it seems like the universe obeys these mathematical laws and that
Yeah,
we can deduce the information around us through things like experimentation. But then
yeah.
you're also saying that all experiences are real, which to me conflicts with the universe as ordered and we can deduce that order. Which is it?
I mean, they're subjectively they're both true. It's kind of like how can I?
So
Because you got
subjectively, not
Sub-
objectively though.
I could say subjectively everything is true.
yeah,
That's a
you could say
useless
that.
that's a useless statement. Subjectively everything is true.
Yeah, that's basically
You
like
got
saying your opinion, just putting your opinion out there.
reality is more than just a place. It's not a place where we exist. It's an event. It's a story that's happening.
Fortnite live
That's what
event.
that's what reality is. It's not
You
somewhere
just
we exist.
described time in a weird
Time
way.
time isn't real. Time isn't real. So
Okay, well,
you don't believe it. You believe time. You're on here debating reality. You believe time is real?
Yep.
Are you serious with me right
It's
now?
what makes up the universe,
what
space
do
time.
you even mean by time is real?
I said time isn't real.
Okay, what are you okay, tell me what you think people say time is and then tell me why it's not real.
Time doesn't exist. We exist in one singular moment.
I
That's the
asked you to define what scientists and regular people mean when they describe time and then explain
they're
how it
talking
isn't
about.
real.
They're talking about the linear sequential the order of events. So like when you're watching a movie and you see the beginning of the movie all the way to the end, the frames. That's all it is. But if you look at the movie as a whole, is just one thing, just sitting there. But when you play the movie, it lines up. That's what time is. Time isn't really real. It's just the ordering of events. The future
That's what
already.
time is.
Yeah, so it sounds like you
Do
agree with
do
time
events
existing.
happen? Do events happen in an order?
Events happen in an order. Yes.
That's time. There, you agree that
No,
time
but
exists.
what I'm talking about outside of, I'm talking about if you look at reality as a whole, there is no time outside of reality. That's what I'm saying.
You're talking about like a fourth
That's
dimensional
because
thing?
reality is everything that there is. Of course, there isn't time outside of reality. There isn't even a universe outside of reality.
There is. So you agree?
No, I don't agree. You agree that time exists, even though you said it doesn't.
No, I didn't. I said time doesn't exist. I literally just said that.
I know you said it doesn't exist,
And then you
but then you agreed with exactly what time is, which is the order in which things occur, or the fact that things
is
happen
the
in
way
an order.
the time is the way we figure everything out, the way we process information. But
No, that's
outside
not
of
what
our
time
experience,
is.
time
The
is
way we process information would be, I don't know, mathematics, logic, etc., etc. We process information over time. We can't do things unless there is time, but we don't use
no
time in order to
relative.
do it.
Relative.
Time is
Time is
relative.
relative. It doesn't
Yeah, of
matter.
course it's relative.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean that it isn't
it doesn't.
real.
You're talking about time. You're talking about time like it's this. It's this. It is this distinct thing. It's not. It's relative. That's what I'm saying. It's not. It's how we because before we
Is
had
it rel?
clocks and sundials.
Does relative mean not real?
Relative means in
This
it
this is a
has to
yes or
do
no
with the
question.
experience.
Does relative mean
With,
not real?
relative means subjective. So objectively, no, time is not real. So
Does
no, it's not.
relative mean not real?
Yes, it means it's not real.
No, it doesn't. You have to
Yes, it
say that
does.
in order for your argument to make sense, but that's not at all true.
What okay, what do you how do you think the universe got here? Explain.
I
Explain.
have no idea. Neither do you.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do. Reality is more of a mental construct. Consciousness is all around us. That's what it is.
Oh, geez, you've been listening to Deepak Chopra, haven't you?
Prove it.
So, okay, it's perfectly acceptable just to not know things. Like,
No,
it's possible, and it's okay if you or I or humanity just doesn't know things.
I have a
I'm
feeling this
saying that
guy knows who Joe is.
Oh my gosh, you might.
I'm saying that reality is sort of like a story playing out, and the observer is basically the person that reads the story. If you want to call it God, if you want to call it a conscious intelligence, there is no separation in reality. There's no separation between me and you. Do you believe there's true separation between us? Like there's actual distance between us? Do you believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that space exists. I think there are dimensions within this universe.
Okay. Do you think there's actual distance? I'm not talking about the illusion of distance, actual distance.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you say yes. Okay, do you believe reality is based on a set of laws or rules? Do you believe that?
I don't know if it's based on them. They exist.
So you believe something physical just was always here?
No, I think our universe has a beginning point. Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah,
It's about something you said earlier. So
yeah.
if you're asking me whether or not I think that there actually is space between you and I, then I would assume that you don't think that there is space between you and I.
No, I do not.
Okay, tell me what that means. Tell me what
Okay,
space is, and tell me what it means
okay,
that there is zero space between you and I.
okay. You know my original point. I believe that we exist because of eternal mathematical truths. Reality is a mathematical structure, whatever you want, whatever. Which means we are a projection, sort of like a video game. you see the worlds, you see the characters, but really all that exists is the code. So when you're playing a video game, there is no true separation between anything in the game. It's just all generated by the code. So if you take what I'm saying into consideration, that means that
Whoever's
your thought,
Globeman, I
my
can hear the
thought,
clicking. It's really loud.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I had my headphones plugged in. I didn't think you'd be able to hear it.
that means your thoughts, my thoughts, all events, anything that will ever happen. There's no, it's just an illusion. It's just a projection. So which means there is only really one mind. There's only one experiencer experiencing all of this. There's no, the rules are generating all of it. That's what I mean. There is no separation because you have to understand laws, rules, or mathematical truths. They aren't physical. They aren't tangible. They are abstract concepts that just exist. Like 2 + 2 = 4 will always be that, regardless if there's humans there to figure it out or not. They just exist, and that's what reality is. It's a necessary truth that exists, and there is no separation between things. Space and time is an illusion. All of it is an illusion. I would
So
say
you didn't define what anything is. I assume your answer to any question I would ask is you would just say that it's an illusion. Therefore, it can be whatever I want it to be or not to be, which is just a completely it's a non-descriptive way to think of the universe. If you just say that everything's a simulation, then any single thing that anybody says or tries to demonstrate, all you have to do is say, "Yeah, but that's a simulation," and it's a useless it has zero explanatory power whatsoever, except just to say, yeah.
You're basically a video game character trying to explain the world by using pixels, and you don't know that the code exists. That's what you really sound like.
You don't know that the code does exist.
So what? So
that would put you in the same boat. Yeah.
Arguing for reality if you don't even have any thoughts of your own. Saying I don't know is not an argument. Like I'm not saying that you have to know, but you have to have some concept of something that you've researched. Like you don't have no type of thoughts about reality other than what somebody else said. Like what are you arguing at this point?
Why do we have to make assumptions about reality and can't just let evidence speak for itself?
You're arguing against you're making the argument. It's like
you're making all the claims. You're the one saying everything is everything.
Yeah, you're making unfounded claims, and we're just pointing that out.
I'm giving you an argument, and then when I ask you what you believe, I don't know. So, what?
You never asked me what I believe. I never said I don't know.
Does not make yours more true. You understand how that works, right?
Look up Max Tegmark's Our Mathematical Universe. Sabine.
I'd rather not.
Sabine. He's a MIT professor from MIT. Look up Sabine. He has a video, and they asked her if reality is mathematical. She says yes, it's all mathematical. What's his name? The dude that just won.
Galileo even said that. He said that that God, wrote the universe in the language of math. Sure, that's fine. No one's disagreeing that things are predictable and we can make predictive models about what we see in the universe.
Okay, even all of the theorems, all of the stuff that you believe right now are mathematical theories. That's because it's all math. It's not a coincidence.
You're right. There are things that are based on mathematical principles.
The fact that it isn't a coincidence doesn't mean it's a simulation. So, it sounds like you're getting all these ideas from, professional mathematicians and stuff like that. Is that a fair assessment?
I'm not getting it from. Some of it is from professional mathematicians, but I'm saying that if the only objective thing we know in reality is mathematics, because everything is literally subjective. Everything is subjective.
How is it that you're even able to rationalize that statement? Because you're not doing it with mathematics. This was the very first thing we talked about.
What
is it subjective to them in North America?
Answer the question. How is it that you're able to form that thought that everything is mathematics?
Because the reason why you don't understand is because you have to look at reality as a structure.
I'm
And be
asking you. Stop talking
okay,
about me. Stop projecting onto me. You said
okay.
the
Let me
only thing
answer the
that's real
question.
is mathematics. How are you coming to that conclusion?
Can you let me answer the question? Yes or no? The reason why there is a subjective experience is because reality is a structure. Okay, don't interrupt. Reality is a structure. Consciousness or the observer effect, wherever you want to call it, is the perspective of said structure. So we are different perspectives of said structure. So it's kind of like
You're
if
not
you
saying
were saying,
anything.
listen
That's
to me,
like
listen to
four
me,
different claims.
You're
That's
you're
not
not
an
saying
explanation.
anything. And
listen
actually,
to me.
the moment you started speaking, you completely nullified your entire talking point.
You
Because what you're doing right now,
can't
even though you're not really saying anything, is you are attempting to use reason. Reason is not mathematics. So when you say the only thing that there is
reason is not.
mathematics,
Oh my
and then you
god,
use
bro. Oh
reason
my.
to justify that, then
You,
mathematics is not the
can
only
you let
thing
me
that there
finish?
is.
Can you let me finish? Can you
No,
let me just finish before you get flustered
no.
by my argument? So so what do you believe? What do you believe? Just no. I don't know. What do you believe deep down in your heart? Well, how do you think we're here? How do you think? What do you believe?
My
I really want you to answer that.
my parents had sex in 1990, and then 9 months
So you
later, I was born.
so you you don't you don't have a belief. You're just waiting for other people to
I
figure it
just
out. You
told
don't
you where I
question
came
anything.
from.
You don't question anything. You just want to sit here
I've
and listen.
questioned all.
But there's no.
I've asked you a million questions, and you've answered none of them.
How are you having debates about reality when you don't have a stance?
Stance
And you're
about
not even.
reality? I think reality exists. I don't know why you're telling me I don't have a stance.